everybody! So, since we're all stuck inside for the time being, I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys some of my favorite Dryland exercises that I like to do at home. So, I'm going to focus on, for these, I'm going to focus on our shoulder flexibility and strengthen our arms, and just some things too that kind of help with coordination, and they can also help increase your stroke rate when you're in the pool, and even sometimes your distance per stroke. So don't think you have to be a swim team swimmer to try this. Don't think you have to be a swimmer. These are just really fun things to do at home that you can do with your swimmer. So parents, don't be afraid to try these too. But anyway, again, feel free to follow along and I'll kind of go tell you guys what I'm doing with each thing. So for this first one, usually I like to stand. But space-wise, I'm going to stay sitting so you guys can see a little bit better. But we're going to start out with just some easy, simple arm circles. So arms straight out. Again, make sure if you are sitting that you're sitting up straight. You don't want them to be hunched over. You also don't want your shoulders to be up by your ears. So let's just stretch our arms out nice and wide too, so you can get a full arm stretch. Your entire arm from your shoulder to your fingertips are engaged. So let's isolate those arms by doing about 10, let's do 10, you can do 10 to 20 arm circles. For right now, I'm going to kind of stick to 10. So we'll do 10 little ones. And now we're going to switch. Remember, keep your arms engaged and your fingers stretched out wide. And we'll go backwards. Very good. I kind of like to think about, while I'm doing this, the resistance. Now let's go to medium circles. The resistance that we feel while we're swimming, any of the strokes really when we're moving our arms through the water. And let's go backwards. Good, and that's about 10. Now let's go to big ones. So reach all the way behind you. Good. And you guys can go faster if you want to, or slower. Sometimes going slow, you really feel a nice stretch too, if you really exaggerate your movements. But if you really want to feel the heat, you can go a little bit faster as well. And let's switch. Let's go backwards. I always think about butterfly when I do this one, especially going forwards. Very good. Okay, so for this next one, we're going to do some more rotations, but we're going to kind of isolate our forearms. So you're going to bring your, well, let's do one arm at a time. So I'm going to start with my left hand. You're going to bring your forearm to your chest. And you're going to go down and around. While you do that, you're going to have to switch your hands. So this is kind of helping with your coordination in the water too. But the tricky part is, which you kind of saw me, I dropped my elbow before, you want to keep your elbows straight. So you're going to switch. So you're going to go down, but then when you switch your hand, you have to do it so everything's nice and tight too. You don't want to be way out here or floppy hands. So let's do that about 10 times. So really try to keep your elbow straight and your arms straight. Easier said than done sometimes. Good. Think about resistance again in the water, pretend we're in the water. Good. And let's switch. Let's do the other arm. So again, starting here, push down and around. Good. This really is nice for the wrists too. I don't know about you, but I can hear my wrist cracking, so I must really need this. Good. And you can go faster. Or you can go slower. Up to you guys. Okay, so that was a really nice one. Now we're going to do that again, but we're going to isolate our shoulders. This time, so it's another shoulder rotation. So for this too, I'm going to make sure that I'm not moving my arm or my body around, nothing's floppy. So I'm going to kind of put my hand here where my shoulder is to make sure that my body and my chest is staying straight. So you're going to go forwards and you're just going to swing. Again, you can go fast or slow with this. It's up to you. I'm going to play around with it a little bit. Again, each side is a little bit different, but just remember, make sure you want to kind of, sometimes you're going to have to engage your core to make sure you're not moving around too much either. And switch sides. There we go. Good. Good. And then make sure If you go one way, you go the other way. So forwards and backwards, whichever way you guys started with. Good, you can feel that stretch all the way through your shoulders. So here I go, this forwards. Good. Okay, so now we're a little more warmed up. I feel some heat in my shoulders. So we're going to start some stretches. So this is one of my favorite stretches too for my arms and my shoulders. So this one's pretty simple. Everybody just bring one arm up and then gently tug your elbow in towards the other side. Make sure you're not tugging too much that you feel any pain. If you feel any pain, please back off. That's not good. Make sure you're breathing during this too. Good. And switch to the other arm. Arm goes down, grab your elbow. And take some deep breaths. Good. Okay, so now we're going to kind of do that same motion again. So you're going to reach your arm up behind you, but this time you're going to take your other arm, wrap it behind, and try to grasp your hand. So it'll look like, kind of like this, in the behind. Good. So after this, we're going to switch sides. So your other arm comes up, and the other comes back. If you can only go to here, that's totally fine. And remember to breathe. Good. Okay. And now let's come back. We're going to start for this next one. We're going to be on all fours. So let's start on all fours. This is called, I like to call it thread the needle. It might be called this or not. But you're going to take, I'm going to start with my right hand. You're going to thread your arm right through underneath your other arm and put your shoulder on the mat and rest your head and take some deep breaths. Good, and let's come up and we're going to thread the other arm, shoulder onto the mat, and rest your cheek or your head if you want to. Good. Okay, and let's kind of counteract that pose with a nice and simple arm stretch again. So your arm's just going to go across your chest and put your arm by or grab your elbow and pull towards you. Good. And switch, and let's do the other side. All right. Well, that's what I have for you guys for today. Feel free to keep following SwimWest for some more Dryland ideas or exercises. All right. Thank you. Bye.